We're here in beautiful London at Blockchainlive, and we're here with Erik van der Kleij. He has a Dutch name, was actually brought up in South Africa.
It's so great to hear my name pronounced correctly. So thank you so much for interviewing me here today.
All right. Center of Digital Revolution. Can you explain what it is?
Sure. The Center for Digital Revolution, C4DR, is a hub based here in London. And we're also announcing that we're launching one in Connecticut. We're focused mainly on blockchain companies, and we help them to do business with each other. So everyone in our hub is either doing business with each other, or we've invested in them. Sometimes we start them ourselves. We have a foundry. So, for example, we started a company called Keybox, which is doing custodian and payment from a secure wallet.
So custodian is a hot topic.
Oh yeah, it's a terrific topic, isn't it? Well, it's interesting, isn't it? There's no DTCC yet or for crypto. And as soon as we announced Keybox, the world's family offices that want to buy crypto in some way have got in touch to say, well, how do I store the crypto? Yeah. But actually, we're using it as a secure wallet also to launch payments from it and other services. So it is custodian and utility.
All right. And what are the sectors you focus on? I mean, is it very broadly, or are there specific sectors?
Yeah, we love certain, I suppose you'd call them traditional sectors. So we're from a big fintech background. We are the founders of Level 39 here in London, one of the biggest fintech hubs in the world.
And influential, I mean, for startups. And
yeah, it was an important part of connecting the fintech community in London. But the kind of sectors we focus on in C4DR are things like, our investment into Active Ledger is because they are becoming a superpower in supply chain finance. Even selling supply chain finance to China, which is really exciting. So much so that we were unusual. They have pair programming where they're programming in English and Chinese. And that gives us quite an advantage. It's more expensive, but it is, so that's the kind of thing we
market.
Oh, it's a terrific addressable market, especially with the Belt and Road Initiative.
All right. So lots of projects going on. What kind of trends do you see in the market? I mean, the blockchain market, adaptation of blockchain, for instance, in the UK or worldwide? I mean,
yeah. So obviously, the UK having such a strong financial services sector is huge for that industry, if you like. Financial services that want to use blockchain, say for better payment rails, that kind of thing. So the opportunity is very significant there, but it doesn't stop there. What's also exciting to us is things like blockchain being used for good and for useful purposes. So, for example, we have a company on our hub called WWG and Worldwide Generation, and they're using blockchain to track the 17 United Nations development goals, sustainable development goals, using blockchain, and they're doing that for big companies. Their first customer is Unilever. It's a huge company. So I love that our small companies are punching above their weight. So that's probably the most fun.
All right. And what are the next steps for this year, coming years? I mean, just growing, more growth. I mean,
well, we've just announced the opening of our hub. We will be opening our hub in Connecticut, which is in an area called Fintech Village, and it's C4DR Global. Will be based there. It's in West Hartford, Connecticut, which is, of course, Hartford being the insurance capital of the USA, means that we'll be focusing a lot on that. That's actually on a 58-acre campus, and the investor behind that is asking us to help turn it into a fintech village. So that's quite an exciting project.
And the insurance sector is quite
amazing opportunity. Terrific opportunity, but probably when you think about the core tenet that blockchain can give us as a society, if it is trust, then, and also reducing risk, then the insurance industry is such a natural for that.
Yeah. All right. Lastly, do you do some trading or investing in cryptocurrencies, or because everyone we ask, what are your favorite cryptocurrencies, altcoins?
I really don't mind answering that. So I have 3 daughters, and the first 2 weddings were paid on my BTC profit. which, by the way, caused a problem for me because it meant I had to pay tax on them. That was also interesting. Learning how to declare that was also an experience.
You were an early adopter with Bitcoin.
Yeah, so it was very helpful to do that. But most recently, I saw Chris Larsen speak at a conference from Ripple. That was about 4 or 5 weeks ago. And I just really liked what he was saying, so I bought some. And luckily they went up a bit.
Good timing.
Yeah, well, it doesn't always work that way. But actually, looking deeper into it, for me, it was the utility that he spoke of that was appealing. It wasn't the speculative value. I would not have bought it if I didn't hear a solid use case.
Lots of partnerships.
And that's what's important. And that's why I'm quite keen here to hear what Cord is doing, to see what all of those platforms, because they're all utilities. But in our own humble way, people like Active Ledger is our equivalent. So we're also very keen to see adoption of that technology.
All right. Thank you very much, Eric, and all the best.
Great to meet you.
All right.